Hello everyone, Team DMD here. We're going to go through our grievances with this ban list. That's about it.
Alright, let's start.
Yeah. We're going to start immediately with Orcas Harport.
Orcas is simple. Orcas player here. Wrong hit, wrong time. Ban Babel, limit this. They banned this because Mekk-Knight Girsu is on the horizon, but because it is not here yet, banning it wasn't the proper choice. Orcas will survive. We'll find a way to do something. Also, Konami still left us the ability to play on your turn. Enjoy.
I don't get why they hit this. It should have been going to 1, Galtea should have been going to 1, and Babel should have been put to 0. At any rate, they basically hindered the deck to a point where it's weird now.
We just gotta play Boombaya.
Yeah, essentially.
Brass Boombar for those of you who don't get that.
Ew.
No one gets that except for you.
Ew.
Okay,
No,
so
you're right.
Right.
Next.
Deck is
on.
dead. It is what it is. Going to the next one, it's going to be Thunder Dragon Colossus.
This
And
card
we
was
can be
hit
sad about that.
far too hard. It makes the deck nearly unplayable to actually have this at 0. The OCG could have had it. We could have had the same way the OCG had it. It would have been fine. We didn't even get to play this with Claw Thief, that new link that's coming out. So it would have allowed us to play 2 Colossus or a Colossus and a Titan a lot easier. I honestly don't know why they did this, but they're killing the deck. So best I can hope for is to summon 2 Titan on the turn and pass and hope I can pop a few cards, and that's about it. But I don't think there's much of a future for Thunder Dragons outside of this.
So much
Yeah, they're killing everything. But it's a matter of that this is a hard reset, and we'll figure how things will work later. Sooner or later, we'll figure things out.
New format, good luck. Alright, next.
New format, new master.
Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. Again, new format, guys. We're not going back.
Heavy Metal Foes was a bad hit because of the laundry list of ways players had to stop it. Pendulums are going to struggle even harder now. But, like I said, they will survive, they'll find a way. But, objectively, this was a bad hit because the card is so easily stopped. It's not like it's unstoppable.
It is, but it isn't. The fact that it has so much utility gives it such a huge boost. The Pendulum decks can use this to their advantage for quite a lot of leverage, but at the end of the day, I think it was too powerful to begin with. Great card design, though. I just don't think it was necessary to make it so generic.
There's a lot of things in one card.
You want a lot of things in one card? Next card, read it.
No. Alright. Ib the World Chalice Justiciar.
So, Ib the World Challenge Justiciar, speaking of a card that's simple and does a lot, so while I feel Ib shouldn't have been banned, knowing all the things she can do, I can see why. It sucks. I don't think she should be banned, but she is. It is what it is. She's a very powerful card.
And plus how easy it is to summon her.
And arguably, in my opinion, one of the better synchros we've had.
Yeah, that's very sad.
Better.
One of the best synchros? You want to say that?
Okay, she does a lot, but it's basically just a bunch of words. It doesn't end up being much, even though she does quite a bit. The things she does don't equate to much advantage outside of a certain few combo decks. Now, I don't understand fully why they banned her. I think there was a reason, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
There was a certain deck that would Draco, of course, got it out with Draco and then pop off on a whole combo. I forgot. Someone else mentioned it. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did it.
It's just a card that did a lot and still did next to nothing and still was a problem at some point.
Good card. Summoned a monster. Searched a card. Gave
Special
you a
summoned a
synchro.
card.
It was great. Unfortunate. Good night, my sweet princess. We're going to go to Tempest Magician.
Bird.
Tempest Magician, woof, goodbye, FTK enable, that's all that's needed to talk about. Moving
This
on.
was a preemptive ban. Preemptive ban.
Sorry.
Good hit.
Sorry, 6
Good
Sam.
hit. They never do this. Konami doesn't ban something before it happens. They ban it after they happen. And
Well, that's not true. They preemptively hit planned FTK.
They actually did do that, but that was...
Yeah, but they don't do it that often.
That was telegraphed so far ahead.
Yeah. I think this didn't have that much
now,
time.
I actually own this card, and I own the
did
Original
too.
Secrets, and I like this card as a whole, but it causes too much of...
Especially with the new time rules.
Yeah, it causes too many degenerate plays, especially with the new time rules. It's just a problem card that needed to be nipped in the bud before it actually became full-fledged idiocy.
Yeah, which is fully understandable. So, we're going to go straight into that one. It's going to be...
Okay, they banned Azathoth. Haha, Kali Yuga's still here.
Yeah, Kali Yuga's still here, but it's not as easily accessible as Azathoth, and you need to make a rank 7 in order to use it on your opponent's turn with the rank up magic.
Not that difficult to do.
Yes, but you need to hard draw into the rank up magic. This thing was too easy to make. it was too easy to actually use and prevent your opponent from doing anything on their turn. It was basically, I summon this card, for the rest of this turn, you can't do anything.
Yeah, as soon as it hits the field, you can't activate monster effects.
For the rest of the turn, it actually
Pretty
prevents
nutty.
you from actually interacting with your opponent, lets them build this giant board, and if you can't break it, well, sucks to be you.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Salomon Great Mirage Thalia. Where's my boy at? Tell us how
This
bad this one was,
This
David.
guy dead.
I mean, yeah. Essentially, it's dead.
It's
but
dead,
it's
dead.
like
Cripple this could be.
the only replacement would be
Dante.
Dante.
Dante Mill 3.
Dante Mildred, dude!
Like
That's
literally.
how Salomon boys are now.
Um,
Three for cost.
Speaking
So-
of Dante, BS.
So
Dante Mill 3 level.
BAs are probably going to be better now, but that's for a different video. This card, I don't necessarily understand the hit, but I do at the same time because it's one of the few cards that summons from your deck. Yes, it's stuck in its own archetype, but yes, it gives you free card advantage. So I kind of get it and I kind of don't, but we'll see what happens later.
I don't know. The archetype was too much. It was like 15 hand
Oh.
traps, and then the archetype, and then floodgates at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Enough of that.
it had random.
Forget that.
It was just too linear of a deck. It did the same thing every turn, and it just was
Yawn.
annoying.
Why just like Exeter Revoker just in most cases?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Really
it
is.
summons a card
That-
from deck.
that
That's
card-
all the cards that do that now are basically banned, except
It's
for a
also-
few.
It's also banned. But going straight into the next one, Brilliant Fusion. That's a little nuts.
3 words. Wrong
No.
card, Konami.
Yeah, they should have hit Garnet.
They should
No.
have done. They should have banned. I don't know why. I don't know why you banned Brilliant Fusion, but I'm gonna go with the stupid thing. You're doing it for Verte Anaconda. Oh no, we get a double summon. Wrong fusion spell. Hit fucking Red Eyes fusion.
It can only do normal spells, can't it?
No, any fusion spell.
Yeah, it's only fusion.
Any
Oh,
fusion.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, this card,
What did
I-
it do? Give us an extra normal summon?
yes, and almost all cards that do that are banned now, and
If you-
also gave you an extra monster on board.
normal
Balancer Lord is
summon?
at 3.
2 monsters.
But that's a pay.
And an
I know.
additional normal summon.
Double summon.
We can all agree
Double
this is a
summons,
good card. I am
that's
very,
spell
very
lightning.
sad because Gem Knights are just
That's-
worse.
that's-
I love Brilliant Fusion. It's one of my favorite artworks for a fusion card, but it being banned was no point.
Why?
It was
Next
already
up, Cry.
limited.
You don't see the point, but honestly, I think
I
there was
see it.
a reason behind this, and it will become apparent eventually.
Did Galliant Granite made Gemini FTK more consistent, maybe?
No.
That's the only thing I can
No,
think
it
of.
didn't.
I
Next.
honestly don't know.
Probably not.
Alright, enough of that. Going straight into the next one, it's going to be Engage.
Oh, Victor, you and I can talk about this all day.
Oh,
So-
This-
Sky Striker.
This is the whole wrong thing to hit. This basically
Yeah.
makes Sky Strikers completely unplayable. No matter what he says back there, it was the wrong card to hit.
What do you mean what I say? I said
No, me.
I would have said put it to
Him.
use.
Watching
Him.
me
Sorry.
dance.
Okay.
So, this card is what makes the deck playable. It's the whole reason the deck actually exists. You take this card away, it doesn't matter what you give us back, the deck is completely unplayable. It does not work at all. This card was the wrong thing to hit. They should have hit Hornet Drones. If they'd hit Hornet Drones, I would say it would be completely fine. And all Sky Striker players can probably say, because I'm one
Also-
included, that Hornet Drones does not matter anymore.
And for all of you crying about Sky Striker Orcas, y'all just mad you couldn't beat it. Deal with it.
And it's
Whatever.
just that this, if you take away Hornet Drones, it makes the deck not splashable.
Yeah,
so
it's just
it would just be pure deck, which would be fine. You can limit this to 2. That would be
Semi-limited.
okay. Yeah, semi-limited.
semi-limited. Engage is fine at 2.
Yeah, honestly, it would have been
Alright.
fine, but nope. Full ban hammer.
Very
Semi-limits now.
Gone.
Two
Going
bar,
into
two
the
back.
Oh, this is
semi-
limits.
Yeah.
This is limits, yes.
So, wrong danger?
no,
No,
this despite
correct
what
danger.
that idiot
The
says.
fight was
Idiot
correct danger.
Please.
Idiots.
A
Correct.
searcher or a special summon from deck? I honestly think a special summon from deck's a lot more
They
powerful
all
than a searcher.
they all special summon themselves. It's a matter that it searches the special
I
summon.
just said Jackalop's special summons from deck, which I think is more powerful than a searcher.
It searches the special summon. Anything that
Yeah,
searches
that's
a card
the
that special summons is more
Okay.
powerful.
It,
What-
it adds more consistency.
What do you think is better? Discarding a card to pay cost to search your monster to then discard to then summon? Or just discarding and summoning? That's the end
it's
of
an
it.
extra
What do you think is
step
better?
It's an
allows
extra
you-
step for searching.
It's an extra step that allows you more card advantage.
Yes. That's
Enough
the
of
whole
that.
thing.
Nessie,
It was an extra step, but more advantage.
very.
When seeing one danger get limited is a little weird. Seeing
is
one danger.
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
It's a matter of Konami trying to sort of test the waters as far as the danger engine goes. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but eventually we'll see, and we'll have to find out exactly what they're thinking with this, because we can't keep losing dangers over and over again instead of thinking to run a consistent deck with them.
Right.
No, whoever runs dangers is still gonna run them.
Yeah, either way.
It's just you're gonna get them less often. It is what it is. Going next.
Hanky
Why?
Panker Tops, I think that could have stayed. It helped break big ass boards that people overcommitted to.
It was too versatile.
No. This was a money play by Konami, 100%. This was this was them trying to sell Lightning Storm, because no one would actually buy the expensive Lightning Storm when Panker Tops does similar things. It puts a body on board that makes your opponent react to, and then you can pop a card.
You weren't wrong. You were not wrong in that sense. I'm just saying this card was great for helping people break boards, but overall, objectively, it's bad. But business-wise, he's completely right. They limited it to sell Lightning Storm.
And honestly, this card wasn't an issue simply because it only pops one card.
Mm-hmm.
If your opponent can't react to this and deal with it, then what kind of board did they make?
Yep.
It's a matter of that only a subpar board would look at this and go, "Oh no, I'm going to die by this." It's a matter of that this card simply is a utility card, and historically Konami doesn't like generic utility cards.
It's a dinosaur.
Was that the 10th most used? Was like top 10 most used cards ever used in the past two formats?
In the side deck is one of the
Yes.
it's one of the
Side
top
deck,
10 side
correct.
deck.
Because it's a
cards.
free summon.
But enough about Panker Tops.
Okay.
Serving them and Demion. Let's just hit Pendulum.
Honestly deserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%
Knock 'em
deserved.
down.
It is that
A free summon from deck that gives you 2 materials to make Electromite.
Oh,
Let's
and
knock
it
'em down,
summons one
baby.
with a token. Not token,
With a
counter.
counter.
There we
So
go,
you
counter.
could summon the big boy in Demion, who has the most words of any
Jackal
card in
King.
the game, or Jackal King.
Yep.
But you can summon the big boy in Demion and have him have a free counter on him that makes his effect completely live.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of that this card
Sorry.
does free things. It,
Fuck
does,
pendulums.
it does it for free simply by activating spell cards, and what do pendulums do best? They activate spell cards.
Yeah, limiting it is perfectly fine.
Yes.
He wishes that he had that back,
Next.
but it won't happen.
I wish. So just to say it for the video, if Quick Fix was at 2, I would run 3 machine dupes. Enough of that. Going straight into
This is not my area. You guys got this.
Trooping
Trooping.
Lithogazm the Disaster.
Let's
That's
say
scary.
go.
Let those say
Gasm.
So this card, I never thought this card was degenerate. I think it was Konami trying to sell other cards and trying to curtail a cheap deck. Because this card belonged into a cheap True King Dino deck when it first came out. Now, not necessarily the Field Spell wasn't cheap, but this card was. And it popped. If you pop 2 monsters that were Earth, you got to banish 3 cards from your opponent's extra deck of your choice with different names.
What's that? You pop a baby Ceres and baby Paratop or whatever.
Yeah,
you get
baby
2
Ceratosaurus.
monsters for free.
Yeah, Baby Ceratosaurus and Petit Pteranodon. It's just a matter of it gave you free card advantage while negging your opponent out of
You
cards
get
from
a
their extra
search, you banish 3 cards from your opponent's side, you summon Big
Extra.
Boy. This is nuts.
The fact that it's just this card did cause a few issues, mostly because people were butthurt that they got hit by it. But at the end of the day, seeing it at 1 won't be such a big deal.
I was pretty butthurt.
It could have some possible scares, but
I was-
you
You
know,
get butthurt
We'll
by
have
a
to
lot
see
of
what
things.
I was
happens.
pretty
Yeah.
butthurt.
One
Alright,
was in the
What's
extra
our
deck.
next one?
Card of Demod.
Oh,
Yes.
hold on. I got the
card.
perfect thing to describe. We don't have to say a single word.
Wait,
No.
way to make it so I can't get monetized.
yeah, that's,
Not
That's what it
Okay.
No,
matters.
you're not going to get demonetized.
because you're not monetized.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Celebrate good times. Goodbye, True Draco.
Okay.
Get the hell out of my
So
format.
this card drew you 3 cards. It made
Pretty
it
good.
so you could keep drawing into more cards through True.
They
True-
just limited the boss
True
monster of True
Dracos.
Draco.
Yeah, this card got you more cards in True Draco. It got you more consistency. It made it so you can make
Pretty
your
good.
plays with less monsters. It was just a degenerate card that drew you a whole bunch of cards.
but wait, there's more.
Let's hit it again. Dragonic Diagram.
So this is the whole
Celebrate
reason
good
Lithosagum
times,
came back
come
to 1. This is the entire reason.
Yeah.
So this card basically coming to 1 means that Lithosagum come back to 1 because it is no longer extremely searchable. Yes, you can still use this in True King Dino, but True Dracos were so hard hit by this. It makes them very hard to use their deck without running so many more bricks.
Alright, by a show of hands here, who's actually sad for True Draco? That's what I thought. Moving on. Put your hand down, James.
Little
Put
bit.
it down.
Little bit.
You're
alright?
a retired yoga teacher. You have no
Next.
right to vote.
Little bit, alright?
No.
No,
Little
next.
bit. I like playing against and playing with.
No.
Alright?
No.
I'm sorry for you guys. Alright, next. Into the Void. They're just hitting all the draw cards.
Hell
Okay,
Yeah.
so Into the Void going to 1 personally, I'm not against. For Orcas,
Yes.
we didn't give a damn if we had to send our whole hand to the graveyard. Please let us put more in there to use for Orcas Battle.
Most decks didn't care about Into the Void's drawback because it really didn't affect them. It was a matter of
Drawback.
well, things you had to have 3 cards in your hand to activate it, so it wasn't that much of a. It was kind of a drawback, but not really.
Meh.
So it's just they're hitting draw cards. They're hitting upstart goblins. Whatever.
Speaking of draw cards.
Oh, and then going straight into Pot of Avarice.
Avarice.
So this card coming back was kind of interesting. We'll see how this works later on, but
BA.
As a one-up?
This is the one that shovels
BA.
banished, right, Victor?
well, yeah, no. It's a
Wait,
shovels
hang on.
5 from graveyard.
5 monsters. Put them into your deck. Draw 2 cards.
So
Draw 2. Draw 2.
this card is really cool.
This is
I
better
think-
Pot of Greed.
I think coming back to 1, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna do much, but it's gonna do something.
Doing
We'll
it.
see.
Dream Mirrors.
It's gonna be a complete luck draw, and you're just gonna plus off of it like that idiot
Card's great.
a long time ago that drew his Bubble Man and won the game because it was a top
Oh,
deck.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fantastic. This just so there's Daigusto Emerald. He was banned for a long
Daigusto?
time.
Daigusto, yeah.
Daigusto.
Oh,
He's a Gusto.
He's Spanglish.
He's a Gusto.
Daigusto.
The archetype are
He's
Gusto.
Spanish.
He is
They're
a
Gusto
Gusto.
because they're wind gust.
Gusto.
Gusto.
Forgive him, he's
Gusto.
Spanish.
I'm done with y'all. All right. So
Trump,
he
get rid of my
was
friend.
he was banned, and
Yeah,
then
he's
now
okay.
they just took him at 1, and now they brought Avarice at 1. I'm cool with that. Look at him right here, just being his friend. Enough of that. Going straight into the next
Wait,
one.
Victor, is that true? Is it Gusto? What was it?
Second
It's Gusto.
Max?
Daigusto.
Gusto Max.
All right, let's go.
Seka's Light, another draw card. Just
Haha, BA,
this,
take that.
this is actually a big
That's
BA
the only
hit
hit.
because it was like Monster
got
Mash
one
deck
hit,
that just
and
ran
then
this,
so many
and
hits.
it gave you free card advantage. It drew you 3 cards.
Angimo, look at
It was basically the same as Card Demise, except without too many restrictions, except you couldn't activate any other spell or trap cards for the rest of the duel except for Seka's Light.
The only
Pretty
decks
good.
that was using this was BA. Take that BA.
Yeah, it was BA, Super Heavy Samurai, and Atlantean Mermail. So this
Mermail.
card just draws you 2
Oh, sorry,
cards.
James.
Then
Yeah,
you can banish
that
it from
made
your
me sad.
graveyard and put a card from your hand back into your deck, shuffle it, and draw it. It's
Okay.
it's just it's a consistency card.
You
Great.
plus 1 Angimo, yeah. I'm like,
That's
wow,
fantastic.
Yeah, so,
enough of that. That card's just great. I'm sad.
Captain busted.
Oh, they also ran Thunder Dragons too. Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot. I hated that deck, so I didn't play it.
We're gonna go straight into the next one. Red Reboot. That.
Yay! Alter guys have less to fear.
I never liked this card.
I don't
It
like
was
it.
actually a very bad card in my opinion.
badly designed.
No, it was just
Why?
a
You
bad
just
card.
activate from hand.
No, I hate
It's
it.
not badly designed.
It's not badly designed. I just hate the life point cost from activating from hand.
Yeah.
Life
So,
points
And
are
Permanence
so-
doesn't have that.
So just to let you know,
Life points
th-
do matter. New time rules.
Yeah.
This is the man that hates everything that's
Okay.
that costs half your life points. So he hates
I'd
he hates
rather-
Destroy,
I'd
he
rather
hates Red
lose.
Reboot.
Yeah, I would honestly rather lose.
That's what it is.
Moving on into semi-limits.
I love this. I love deep.
This
CD,
is
but-
intriguing.
Okay, so this is a play to
It's a money play. It's a money play.
It's a money play because Eternity Code. If you haven't seen it, they're bringing out the Deep Sea archetype.
It makes sense that they
they're-
brought her.
The cards are actually really cool, and I'm glad they brought this card back to 2 because I don't think it does such degenerate plays anymore. It will eventually with Master Rule 3.5. I don't care if people say Master Rule 5. It is 3.5. It's half step back.
Electric Boogaloo.
Whatever. But this card is really cool. It summons from your deck, and it summons a Sea Serpent. What do you do? You can summon the Deep Sea archetype and just do interesting things. It's cool. I like that they did this.
They tour guide next. Wow, BA lost seconds late. They got a
Tour guide.
Tour guide.
Yeah, Togar from the Underworld.
I used to love going into like tour guide into Levy in here, or like tour guide into the stupid little blue dragon from the show that just gained 500 attack when you
Leviathan
attached to material.
dragon.
I loved it. All right, this makes me happy. I don't care how good or how bad it is. It makes me
Wait, she
happy.
can summon herself?
Yes, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, she can.
Yes.
You can summon any fiend
Okay.
that's level 3 from your
Do you
deck.
wanna, that was the real reason why this card was $100 and something.
Because you didn't need to
Oh,
run
wait,
any
I see
other
now.
like inconsistencies. You can run your one Sangan, your 3 copies of her, and then if you ran through your Sangan, whoop de doo, you summon the other copy of herself.
The other guy.
Yay.
So I like that this
Really
card's coming
nuts.
back at 2. I think it should stay at 2 for now. It's
I'm
just
okay
a
with
really solid
is that
card.
a spell like a semi-limited?
Yes.
Yeah, mind control.
Mind control.
Oh, mind
Mind control.
2 is fine.
Man, it's cool.
So this is Konami
Yeah.
testing the waters for tech cards.
Sure.
They did the same thing with Call by the Grave. At the end of the day, we don't know if this is going to do much. I actually ran this at 2 in my side deck. I don't know what they're going to do with this eventually. If it doesn't see much play, we could see it coming back to 3. If Konami decides to be weird, they could put it to 1. At the end of the day, it's change of heart. It just lets you take one of your opponent's monsters.
I feel like they just taught me. I mean, I already knew how to play it. Now they're just teaching other people to run 2.
Yeah, it's like Infernity Barrier.
It's like I always ran 2, and anyone I saw running 3, I felt bad
Because
because
it
just
breaks
feels
too often
weird.
at 3. It really did.
I don't know.
And-
There's always one monster you really want to hit, and then like you do it, cool. I don't know. I didn't like it at 3. I always ran it at 2 because I wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it every game.
Let's get into those unlimited.
Okay, so
We have 3 days.
this is on me. All right, this is easily the worst part of this ban list. They made a big mistake.
Which one is that?
We are allowed to have 2 dads, not 3. What are you doing?
No, this is 2019. We can.
Well,
this
no,
is
no,
2020. We can have more than one.
The third one's the weird uncle.
Weird uncle.
He's
He's
Okay,
not a
what's
dad.
the weird uncle?
He's not a dad. It's like Full House.
Yes.
The dad, and the weird guy that plays music.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually never thought this card was super broken. It was super broken back in the day when we had
Tell it
the
in.
priority rules,
I love
where you
that.
could just summon it and use it as a quick effect, essentially. So this card is fine. It's just that I don't think it's broken. I don't think it's that much of a powerhouse in this new format. We'll see what happens later, but I just don't see it doing as much as people think it will.
Can we talk about how like, the last ban list put it to 2 and this one put it to 3?
Well,
They
you
did say
know why? Because it did
I
0.
Nah, they did it for
nothing.
the meme. Guys, we have 2 dads.
Little steps.
Now we have 2 dads and an estranged uncle we call dad.
And that weird bug that flies around. Talking about a bug, Lady D bug.
This was fantastic. So this is I think this is a bump to adding misters.
It is, and the fact that they hit Mirage Stelio means that we can have this back at 3,
Sorry,
and it's not much of an issue.
No, what?
Yeah.
Well, then they hit stabbing us so we can have deep.
That's fine.
I'd rather have Debug than Stelio, to be honest,
I
even though I don't
stopped
play the deck,
playing
because you can
Silent
easily
Grace
just summon
forever.
handicap
Yeah,
or
But yeah, debug is gonna be great because
whatever
we
for
have
his
like
Bailings.
there's for adding this we got Lady Debug and we have Bouncer Lord
Sign up mining too.
and Sign Up Mining. Look at all that.
Yeah, it just makes
It's
it.
insane.
We don't get the free summons anymore. We get the searches. Whatever.
Here's what it is.
Next.
Straight to the next one.
Two.
Morphing Jar 2.
A field reset.
Oh,
This is really
Oh, no,
weird.
no,
no.
I can see just people playing meme decks with this
This-
in tournaments.
Oh, I'm not ready for this.
You're not ready for the Morphing Jar 2 flip.
Shuffle all
I'm not
monsters
ready
on
for
the field
this.
into the deck, then each player excavates the top of their deck until they excavate the same amount, put them all back face down. Cool.
Yeah, it's like it's the empty jar deck. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Okay, it's a little weird. I mean, I'm just going to try to put 2 in 1. Book of Moon and Morphing Jar 2. At the
Okay,
same
you're
time.
spoiling it. Okay, let's go for that now.
Okay.
Damage Juggler. Next one. This card should
I
have been
like this
3 a long time
I like
ago.
this card.
People
It-
were calling this one super.
Performage, Performapal, that's not a thing anymore, really. And so this thing, yeah, Pepe, it's a fine deck. This card just doesn't do much anymore, and it's still a good card, and it's still playable, but it should have been a 3 a while ago.
Where's Plushfire at?
0.
Yeah, Blushfire is still 0 because it's the same thing with Monkey Board and Skullcrobat Joker. It just gives you
Degenerate.
pluses
Yeah,
for no
it's
reason.
next.
Too good. Next.
Tribe
Tribe Infecting
Infecting
Virus.
Virus. They didn't even test the waters with this. They just gave it back.
I doubt it's gonna do anything.
I'm
Should
not
have
gonna-
been back 10 years ago.
To me, it's a waste of a normal summon because at the end of the day, your opponent's just gonna stop it.
I'm not going to run it. Like, it's just what? Discard?
Declare one
This is
type.
part of your entire hand.
Discard one card from your hand and declare a type. Destroy all face-up monsters of the declared type on the field. It is not a once per turn.
Why was that banned for so long?
Hey Victor,
Uh,
look, Kagari.
Because it was a goat format card and they just sort of ignored it.
I
Yeah.
would rather run, like, Dark Hole.
I don't know.
Well,
See, I don't understand why this
So
is
is it
back
Dark
when they banned Pankratops and they're giving us Lightning Storm.
But look, we have Kagari Tashri.
Yeah, thanks a lot,
Enough
Konami.
of
I
that.
have 3 of my consistency
Yeah,
maintaining
yeah.
cards back. I just want to add even my consistency
Sky
cards
Striker is
back.
just Hayate Turbo now.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's just who can get to Hayate and then
Well,
swing.
can we skip the next spell and just go to the second one?
No.
Book 'em up!
No,
So,
give a
I
shit
mean-
about Pokemon. You already could.
I do.
He's
I-
happy about
I
it.
love
Book of
it.
Moon. Woo, guys, we get to set monsters. I love Book of Moon.
So every time this card comes back to more than one, it causes issues in the format. I don't see it causing issues right now, but it could in the future.
Summon Boral Sword.
No, not really. It's a matter that Malicious is abusable. This card's a -1, but it's a -1 that gets you weird things happening.
It's really skillful minus
Hey,
one.
Victor.
Yes.
It makes things that shouldn't happen
It's
happen.
good
How
offensively,
long
it's
do
good
you think-
defensively, it's completely. It's not just reactive. It's really does a lot of things, but it's not quite the best move in every scenario.
How long
Good
until
card.
someone goes, I summon Boral Sword, I have to be Book of Moon?
Oh, then they'll straight up lose the tournament.
And they just get disqualified. We're done.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
Get out.
Konami actually announced at official tournaments. It's like when people started doing that when Links first came out, they made an announcement at a tournament saying, okay, just so everyone knows, anyone that tries to flip a Link monster face down will automatically lose their match. We are done with this stupidity. How many times do we have to tell you? You cannot book of Moon a Link monster. They cannot go into
How many
defense
times
position.
do
They
you have to
cannot
teach
go
this
face
lesson?
down. They do not go into face down attack position. The only card that ever did that has been
Darkness
errated.
Approaches now.
Yeah, it was errated. It's
Not a game, but a match. All right, enough of Book of Moon. We don't care anymore.
I don't know.
Rank up Magic.
Phantom Knights 2, 3!
Yeah, it's
Really?
fine.
Holy
It's unsearchable outside its archetype. We don't have that as a thought anymore. And the only thing you can use it for is Kali Yuga, and you have to hard draw into this or somehow do some janky play with Phantom Knights so that you can get this out.
Speaking of, oh, Kali Yuga.
The one that wants to do the janky play with Phantom Knights and the
there he
killing.
is, boys. Kali Yuga.
Fucking touch my Kelly Uga.
I'm touching your Kali Yuga.
What'd you fucking do? All right, enough of that.
FYI,
No,
that
that-
is not a euphemism. It is an actual Kali
It's the
Yuga.
actual card, and it's mine.
No.
It's not
Alright.
a euphemism for stuff.
We're going into next. The Solemn package.
It's all here.
We
don't
have all
to
the
talk much
solemn
about
stuff
it. It's all here.
unlimited. Solemn Warning is probably the most powerful of it.
Yes.
So this card just...
Sweet
You know what's funny? You can actually use this on a Macrocosmos simply because it has the effect of summoning from deck even though you're not going to be using it.
Yes, you
Yeah.
Ash Macrocosmos?
Can we?
It doesn't matter. It would just stay on
It
the
wouldn't
field.
do
and
anything.
It wouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
Because it would actually... it would,
Guys, can we talk about the real thing? We got fucking Soldier to 3.
so...
Cool.
Why?
Honestly, it won't do anything.
What's this card gonna do?
I love Soul Drain. It's a really good floodgate, and I think people are easily
What's it gonna
underestimating it.
do?
Pay blah. Monsters that are banished as well as in the graveyard cannot activate their effects.
That start a chain.
Chain.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know any effect monsters that
Don't
don't
start
start
a
a
chain.
chain that do stuff in the grave or banished.
We should
I
look
don't
that
know.
up later.
It's cool. I like it. I approve.
Balance?
That starts a chain.
Mailing does start a chain.
I approve. It's a good card.
Alright,
I don't
so...
So let's all give our quick 5-second overall thoughts on ban lists. On a scale from 1 to 10, go ahead and everyone give you a rating.
I give it a 3 because I'm glad that the Chudrico stuff's gone, but it literally hit every deck I play and every deck that I could make that's competitive.
Oh.
I think this is a hard reset, the same way they did when they wanted to ban Plant Synchro so they could push their Exceeds agenda. And I don't know. It's iffy to me. It's just a lot of list for us a weird period in time.
James?
I remember September 2013.
Yes, that was.
I'm
1 to
just-
10, what do you think?
I'm just sad that Ib got hit.
Bad.
That's about it. Everything else seemed at least a little fair, and I think that everything had a good enough reason. I just don't see the reasoning for Ib. It might have been there, and I might have just missed it because I didn't super see the reason for Tempest immediately. I know it's an FTK card.
I mean,
It's-
you can
it's
play it
still
in
a limited
you can
section.
play it in 6 Samurais and do an
I
FTK.
should have done that.
Alright.
I should have done that. I'd easily give it maybe a 3. Man, I'd
A
give
3
this
and a
ban
3,
list a
alright.
3. Oh, I don't think it's all that great.
Your-
Good idea, I guess.
6 a.m. to
Your
1.
turn, brother? What do you think?
Oof. I actually give this a hard 9. I love this fucking ban list.
Oh!
This guy only plays Gravekeepers and Tenues, so don't take his
And
advice with a grain of
And
salt.
zombies.
I play Zumbas too, man.
Alright, 9 out of 10. He's that guy.
I am that guy.
Brother. What do
I
you
want to
think?
give it a 7, but it's not quite average. There's a lot, some things I like.
You want to
but
give it a 7, but it's average.
Well,
It's not
seven's
quite average.
not average.
7's
Yeah.
quite above average.
You're thinking of two
I mean,
dice.
as in.
You're thinking of rolling 2 dice. That's average.
Yeah, sure, why not? But what I would say is, it really. It hit things way too hard than it really needed to be. I agree. We have another list coming regardless after the Master Rule. You could have hit things just to keep it in check.
Well,
We did it
I
way,
agree to that.
way too hard, way too soon.
We have a promised date of no sooner than. That's
James,
how we
lower the
guarantee
man
it.
bun.
Release that.
Lower your man bun.
But then again, I love.
Lower. trying to see David. It's his rating turn.
But then again, I love with Reboot to 1 and Pink Taps at 1. It makes my job so much easier.
Yeah. David,
Well, I can just
1
use
out
roll
of
to
10,
create.
brother. What do you think of this ban list?
I give it a solid 9.5.
Oh my Christ.
It says the man who plays Dream Mirrors. Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
I got second place.
So,
Yeah, somehow he got second place. It was great. It was really great.
So-
Okay.
Second place and locals with Dream Mirrors. Let's go.
So, honestly, if I had to give this a very honest, fair rating, I would probably say 4. It's below average. It hit things too hard, too soon. It's exactly what Victor said. They're trying to fit an agenda for the upcoming Master Rule. They want to hard wipe a lot of things in order for other decks to come back. Sort of the best way to describe this is kind of a saying I thought of. Konami is currently thrashing the present so that their past can determine the future of our game. And that sounds really weird and metaphorical and shit, but yeah, past decks are gonna come and they're gonna determine the future of the format.
It
I'm
sounds
super
like
into
a
that.
bad fortune cookie. by
It
the
is
way.
a bad fortune cookie, but it's just that's really what it is. They're butchering the present, all these decks, so that past decks can come and determine the future of the format.
I'm super cool with that.
By the way,
I
played
miss
that
old
once.
decks.
I'm
Yeah,
still fine.
it's just I like the older decks. It's just that I wish they wouldn't have hit everything so hard. It's like they started to hit things like a tactical drone strike, and then some idiot just knocked over something and hit the nuclear launch.
The best way,
Yeah, 4 times.
the best way I can describe this is your dad says he's gonna beat you. He then drinks the angry juice and beats you mercilessly. That's what this ban list was.
I feel like 4 people on the team were just enjoying themselves. No one just hit the nuke button on COD.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah.
we just started the game. What? Okay.
Yeah, it's like playing those old school war games where you accidentally hit like the nuke button
Yo,
on
that
accident.
camper on Rust got his 25th kill. Everyone's trying to enjoy it, and the guy goes, ha ha, nuke!
It's like
Ruins
the-
it for the rest of the
I don't
team.
care that we've been in the game 2 minutes. We're done.
It's like the way Reboot is the Yu-Gi-Oh game itself.
It's yeah, it sucks, but overall, you know, we all gave our thoughts.
And,
James gave our closer.
I guess we can give about an average of maybe 4 point. No. There was like random 9s.
I think
Maybe
it-
5.6.
I was gonna say a 6.2.
Yeah,
It's about the
6.2.
average. I think
Sure.
that should be around
Balancing
the
There
average.
you go.
out, balancing out,
average.
we'll say a 5.5.
That's
Nah.
no.
Nah.
I
know,
think,
Because he had a 9 and a 9.5.
yeah, so I think an average about six
Yeah.
ish would work.
6-ish.
Yeah.
It's just
whatever.
Yeah.
it's just a whatever list. It's a really big list. It's one of the biggest we've ever
Yeah.
had,
And it's the
gonna-
most detrimental for a very
yes,
long time.
we're gonna have to see what the meta's gonna be like eventually, and at the end of the day, we have no idea where things are gonna end up. It's just a matter of time. We gotta sort of test the waters. We gotta figure out what's gonna be meta. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. And with Ignition Assault right around the corner, we'll have to see. We have no idea what things will be, but let them fall where they'll fall. We'll have to have more creativity come out.
Personally, taking a break until
Yeah.
this kind of evens out.
Yeah.
No, it's not a bad idea.
A lot of us are gonna end up doing that. I feel like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are gonna take a nice
Yo, card
nice
Vanguard.
chill until
Vanguard.
this
I'm
evens
not-
itself
no,
out. But it
that's
will.
super.
I mean, we're still here, right?
Yeah, I'm personally going to be playing Unchained Generaids, and eventually I'm going to be switching over to the Pirate archetype,
Rollers.
and
Oh,
because
Plunder
they're
Patrol.
both fiends,
Plunder
so
Patrol.
why not? Yeah, Plunder Patrol. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're cool. I
They are
I
pretty
hope
cool.
they're not horrendously expensive.
On a
I like
Honestly,
them
I
because
don't
they
think they
look
will.
they look like
10 net beast.
like the prank kids to me.
They're
just
pirate
look
Yes.
so-
on
They're
a
just
side
lovable.
note,
They're like a
on
prank
a-
kid dream mirror thing.
Yeah, they feel so adorable. Enough of that.
On a side note before the closer, remember the next ban list literally is no sooner than it is 1 day before the new format comes in.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a no sooner than
And I feel
date.
like
it's
that will
it's not
happen.
guaranteed.
Interesting.
I feel like it's
Well-
gonna drop like a week or so after.
I think the first major event after the new format, they're probably going to drop the list because
that might be an emergency.
after the new format change.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, yeah,
I think they're going to try and test the waters with how things are, and then they could see how people like find new ways to make degenerate plays, and then they can deal with it. At the end of the day, well, we don't know. Konami's Konami. Jerome is Jerome. He's in his little room with a pen and paper, going, "Okay, what should I hit next?"
I think Tempest Magician is
Sign us off, James.
Okay.
You're in an unknown format. Just play control. You do really well.
Where's our Max C?
I know.
Where's our
right?
Trident?
Where's my spirals?
No Trident.
No, Brawl Ball was the issue. Trident is not really the
Where's
issue.
my spell book
It pops
adjustment?
one
Alright.
card in your opponent's turn.
Where's the
Whatever.
video closer? Let's go.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.
Don't forget that bell icon.
Out.